you were the ones who started actually to support Ukraine back then from 2014. And you came from the United States to Ukraine and supported till this day and did a lot of things
I tried.
like so much help, like
tried.
really.
Thank you.
So could you share your vision? What moves you so much to?
Actually, it was by sheer accident. I lost the best friend, and I did not know what to do. I went to Israel. I went to the Wailing Wall, and I was talking to God. And I looked down, and I saw a little note to God. Somebody wrote a note to God, say, "Pray for Ukraine." And I said, you know what? Their fight is not fair. It's not a fair fight. And I've been to Russia. I worked in Russia. I served there, and I knew what the Russians are capable of. And I had experience with the KGB. I knew what thugs there are. And I said, this is not going to be a good fight. So I'm going to go. And I knew one soldier that was wounded in Donetsk. He was a Kibor. And I took him to the United States to Dr. Chernak. She's a saint. And she treated, he got some treatment, and I came back. And then all of a sudden, I found out that Ukrainian warriors are real fighters. They're true fighters, and they're not going to pull back. It's not going to be enough to kill them. You also have to put them down. They were not going to back out of it. And then I became part of them. And and they were like my children because they're age of my kids who are also in the military. And I said, it could be my children that are fighting. And it very well could be that my children will end up in this fight. If we will not be able to make sure that these guys can stand and continue. And these two are an example of it. But there are thousands, I think, of Ukrainian young people that even though they're wounded, even though, doesn't have an eye, doesn't have a leg and an arm, they say, we're going to go back and fight. They're not going to disengage from this fight. And somebody who spent 30 years in the military, say, you can't let these people down. You can't let them die like that. I'm going to be standing with them regardless of politics, regardless of presidents. I personally, and I know a lot of Americans like me in my community who will stand with these people, who will stand with these Ukrainian heroes in a real sense of heroism, because even though that they could have left. They were wounded. They went back into a fight. They did not disengage. And they're still continuing to want to go back into the fight. And this is what I think why they are the future. They're the future politicians. They're the future business people. They're the future educators and professors of Ukraine. And I would not be in Ukraine if I did not believe that Ukraine is going to be central. This war is going to make Ukraine stronger and braver and brighter, and it's going to be the leader of the European community. But I went to Ukraine for one day in 2014, just one day, go get one soldiers and go get out. And now 12 years later, 15 years, 11 years later, I'm still there.
Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
The whole world needs to thank these guys. These guys and their comrades, their brothers in arms, that's who we need to thank. Non-stop, day and night.